sleeping is the most profound concept or event if we want to start natural healing. If we want to say, I would like to take responsibility for my own life, own health, and own healing, then that is the first step you must accomplish, and you must reach the level can allow your body enter self-repair systems, because body can heal, it is a repair. The entire Chinese medicine, the high level practice, the doctor always looking for how can I stimulate the patient's self-repair system. Then concept called time and the natural time. The concept is during this time, the body must meet the requirement. Okay, while we talk about this, now you know your sleeping is very important. Even though you don't have a sleeping issue, even you don't have an issue, but you still have an issue. What's the issue? Is you don't know how to use this great opportunity and it goes to the next level, right? Because that is the time your body can repair. Your body can repair itself. How to provide this opportunity to allow the body to repair is very important. Now let me go back to the beginning. We swimming has an issue, right? Now we have to do that based on this kind of issue. Eastern, Western concept. Your doctor, your professional, someone already tell you what is the in the Western minds or concept of your sleeping issue. What do we see at the Western way? I want each one of you think about it. When you heard it, you go to diagnosis. It's not a disease, right? Sleeping issue is not a disease. It's just a condition. They are not a disease and they are not an illness, but they are just one kind of natural processing turned to the unnatural. You cannot treat you as a disease. Just treat you out of balance. How does the Western way thinking associate for which organ? When you go to do the sleeping treatment, what do they give it to you? They give you something to help your brain. Oxygen. They give you extra oxygen. They think your brain doesn't have enough oxygen. So therefore, you should carry this to breathe. When you look like your breathing issue is oxygen, you don't get enough oxygen. That's why your brain have less oxygen. Your brain have less blood flow. The blood doesn't go there. The oxygen doesn't go there. Then definitely someone they will study, they show that all the chemical out of balance, hormone out of balance. But all of this is not a cost. Right? All of this is effect. Right? It's not a cost. You can continue adding in this. Does it help? Yes, help a little bit, but you never can be cured because your body continue create these out of balance issues. So all you see is effect. All the test is to show the effect, the brain wave, the oxygen level, the breathe, the heart rate, all of this is effect. It means this body system, so we say the 5-element system is out of balance. Okay, now we just based on the Western concept, we put this Western concept into the 5-element framework. What do we see? In the first chart, we say brain. The brain in Chinese medicine is called actual organs. They are organs, but not belong to 5 elements. But they also has associated with elements. which organ has a relationship with the brain? The major one is what? The kidney, right? The kidney can go to the brain. The water, the kidney can go to the brain. The heart often related to the brain. Here, still doesn't see in Chinese medicine the other angle, which is the last time we said in the 5 elements, the meridian system I haven't introducing because 2 of the major meridians go to the head. One is the bladder, one is gallbladder. Then also, we can say all the young meridians, so which means the small intestines, the stomachs, larger intestines, even sanjiao here doesn't have the sanjiao, right? They are all running to the brain, to the head. Which means how many highways, think each meridian is a highway. Truck goes through this brain is the city. You have one city, now you have 6, or we can say 7 major highways coming in. Now you think, if I have a traffic jam, what's happening? What kind of combination can coming out? Any meridians, any one meridians or combination meridians have a qi deficiency or qi function disorder can cause you the brain function disorder. If your brain function disorder, how can you have a peaceful night? How can you have a peaceful sleep? We can, right? So that'd be difficult now, right? So even though we say, okay, now I'm going to base on the Western concept in our framework, this 5 element framework, how do we deal with it? How do we deal with it? Well, I can deal with it individually. I can deal with individually the organ, right? Or I can deal with the heart. So we're going to deal with the heart. So how do we deal with the heart? But we cannot deal with the heart because in Chinese medicine say the heart is the king. King is untouchable. So you cannot deal with the heart. So you only can deal with the relationship with the heart. The partner of the heart, you can deal with the mother. The mother of the heart is what? It's the liver. Or you can deal with the child of the heart. It's the what? It's your stomach. You have a choice. You can let the child take care of the mother, which is very difficult in today because everybody, all the child has issues, physical issue and the mental issue. Right? Your digestive system. For the heart, the child is what? It's the stomach and the spleen. Then what kind of diet will we have? What kind of things will we eat? Can we do that? Almost difficult, right? But it's possible. You can say, let me start my digestive system. So therefore, you can go to the digestive system. Make your stomach function change. How do you do it? How do you change? Based on the natural law. So that's why I say that each element, each organ has the natural law. So what is the natural law of the stomach? They love warm, hate cold. So that's why in our Dragon's Ways qigong, the program, we say, do not eat the raw food, do not have a cold drink. Why? If you constantly put the cold and the raw to the digestive system, how can they function? If they cannot function right, then what that means? That means the stomach or chakra of the heart will draw the more tensions of the mother. You cannot deal with that, right? Then how can mother have a peaceful mind? How can heart be peaceful? Then you can have good sleep. You cannot. Then therefore, at the night, the dinner, do not eat heavy dinners. Do not eat big heavy dinners. But today is the life. The dinner is the most important. Lunch, we are busy. In the morning, just go. And the dinner, now sit, drink, and eat. So your dinner get full. Now all the energy has to go to the stomach, to the processing. So then how much energy will you send to the heart, send to the brain? Then how much the energy will give it to the heart? If you say, I'm going to start heal myself, I'm start my first step of the self-healing, you can go to the one, or you can go to the mother of the heart, which is the liver, right? With the liver control all the stress, all the emotional activity. So now you have to look at yourself. How much emotional activity every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week bothers you? If your liver surrounded by stress, when I say the stress, is mental stress, not just physical stress, then that means your liver function never reach the stage can real support or nurture to the heart. When the mother's so busy, so crazy, and run out the energy, how much energy or tension she can give it to the child? The child still can grow, but just not grow perfectly. So if you say, my diet is perfect, I eat organic food, but doesn't mean you eat organic food, you are perfect. You can put it in, doesn't mean you absorb. That's a different issue. We are not talking about this. Here, I'm just let you see the possibilities to see what's going on and what we can choose. How do we choose this kind of pairs? Individually, we can do this way. Or now we go to the second step. How can we make a team effort? Which one you make it a team? Pick up the liver and the stomach and the heart together. We make it as the team effort. So I decreasing my mental stress. I straining my stomach function. Now my sleeping quality of my sleep will change. Or you have any other kind of team effort. You can pour the water, which is the kidney, and the heart. That's a relationship. Because we know if a heart has too much fire, you need water, right? So how can you increasing the water levels? How can you increasing the kidney functions? Be useless. Don't be too useful. When you be useless, you save the energy, because we say the kidney is the engine, it's the power, give it everything, whole body. Whole body's energy required from the kidney. As the business model, we say kidney is a COO. Therefore, if not necessary, I don't want to do. Save your energy. Then you'll be able to increasing your kidney function. Now, here's the issue. For a lot of people, if you already on the different kind of medication, you have to understand the medication might destroyed or might stimulate or might eliminate your kidney function or liver function. So if I base on these two concepts, look at the chart, what do you see? You see the entire new relationship. You see the kidney cannot support the heart. And the kidney cannot support the liver. And the liver cannot support the heart. So if I do the kidney, heart, and the liver in these triangles, I create different triangles. Understand what I try to tell you guys? That's called all the possibility at there. Now, if I bump in the other information, which is in the Western way, say, is unrelated to your hormone out of balance. In the Chinese medicine, which organ controlled? Which organ is the primary organ control the entire body, is the whole? It's not heart. It's the liver and the kidney. Most likely, it's the liver. Think about it. Each one of you have an experience. When your emotional flow free, does your hormone change? Come on. Doesn't matter your age. If you're exciting, if you're happy, if you feel good, your hormone level change. The most fast way is through the liver. That's why the liver so unique, so powerful. They can stimulate your adrenal, can stimulate your hormone better than any kind of medication. Because it's invisible. Because it's the cheap. Because the liver can change. The liver has a capability. Even though you cut off the liver for 60%, they still can grow back. Look at that kind of power. You cannot cut your heart for 60%. Even put one stent there, you feel you don't have energy now. You cannot cut your lungs for 60%. You cannot breathe anymore. Only liver, you can do it this way. Still can grow back. So therefore, you have to see this part. That's what I just say based on the Western concept. Now I'm turning to different angle. Follow me. Let me show you how to turn Eastern angle. What is the Eastern angle? Consciousness. The consciousness is Chinese medicine. It's essence. So we say, if you cannot sleep, sleeping issue, right? Sleeping issue has many different ways. The first way means your body off the balance, right? It's off the balance. So if I can bring you back to the balance, you would be easier sleep smoothly through it. It's a balance. Daytime and nighttime is what? It's a balance. It's yin and the yang. You see the power of the yin-yang can use now? Now the yin-yang principles in this sleeping concept. What do you see? Balance. Daytime and the nighttime. Action, motion, moving, and the lie down on the bed. Is yin and yang? It is yin and yang, right? So how to balance? Which is exactly it. How to balance. So don't think the Western way now is related to the heart. It's to think about how can I start a balance? As long as my body can balance, my body can start heal itself. Now go back to the same concept again, called the repair. The body knows how to repair. The repair itself is a package deal, it's inherited wisdom. Body will do whatever needed to do to repair itself. To what? To prepare the future, the challenge. Understand what I tried to tell you guys? Because the body always looking for tomorrow. unlike a mind always stuck in the past. So your body always knows the tomorrow or day after tomorrow or year after years, the future, you might need something else. Your challenge, your life. You need to repair this body part. You need to repair these emotions. Then when you need this challenge, you'll be able to deal with it. You'll be able to avoid mistake. So the balance is the key words. So the yin-yang concept and the circle become so profound in the Chinese medicine, so profound in our 5-element consciousness framework. Balance. So once you understand this balance, you can use this balance to individual organs. We go back to it again. Individual organs. Individual organs. Right? Doesn't matter which organ you're going to start. You can start your digestive system first, your stomach with the spleen. It itself needs a balance. Liver and the gallbladder, it itself needs a balance. The kidney and the bladder, it itself needs a balance. So that each organ contains their own balance. The body balance, the emotional balance, the body, the organ with the body parts balance. So for example, if you suffer chronic knee issue, that means your body already tell you, my kidney has issues, right? So at this time, how can you get a kidney? You shouldn't start with the kidney now because the kidney is too low. You have to find the positive side. You find that your strong organ first, not a weakness organ, even though your system is based on the lowest. But you have to use the light, the highest level first. This way, save your time. Right? Just like each one of you know, when you clean, you started the worst part first, or you start the easier part first. And it depends how they want to see it, right? That's right. So you eat the food, you eat the delicious first, or you eat the lousy one first. That's a different thinking, right? Yeah. Some people will eat the bad first, and they save the good with last bite. So last one, you fall, you don't have to taste now. So why not eat the best first? So at least the delicious, right? Thinking differently. That's just called the balance. So you organ balance. Once balance, you can, what we do, the individual organs. Now you can make what? Pair get the balance. You find the individual difficult. Okay, so I'm bringing my partner, bring the one pair, right? What kind of pair? You can make a mother-child, xiangsheng pair, or you can use a xiangke pair, bring the partner. You can bring the mother and the child, xiangsheng. This time you use a xiangsheng. Xiangsheng has always a positive concept, right? We bring the xiangsheng coming in. So once you bring the xiangsheng, okay, which one is more important? It's up to you, right? The xiangsheng, they are always support you. They always love you, right? The xiangke is not easy because the xiangke always difficult, right? Because someone always point to you, oh, you are not good, you are do this, because they are control you. They try to control you. But only few people can go beyond the control, become cooperation, become transform. But most people in the life, in the situation, their organ doesn't reach that level, even though they are capable to perform at this level, but they are not. They stuck in control, but they are all out of control. Whatever called out of control is mean the out responsibility, out the cooperation and the relationship. So if you find the two pairs, xiangsheng, xiangke, difficult to do, then you have to bring one. You have to bring 3 organs into the circle, right? Then you make a circle. Why you make a circle? No beginning, no end. The circle is a concept of the Tao, because that's everything, it's the circle. Into this circle, into the self-repair circle. So you have to bring this one in. So all what you do this way is in these 5 elements. You're up to you. How do I choose the partner? How do I choose the relationship? The purpose, go back to the consciousness. Purpose is what? Balance. How can you start to keep the body balance? Once the body can keep the balance, and the body can heal itself. The goal is, we know body knows how to heal itself. We know body contains the self-repair. Only different is the level of the balance. The level of the balance, right? That is the Chinese medicine concept. Now, the other Chinese medicine concept is, we know if a sleeping issue, that means your mind not stabilized. Your mind still like a wave, high, low, high, low, high, low, like constantly is moving. But if we can make the mind be stabilized, be peace, right? Now this time, it's the peace stabilized. Does the sleeping quality will change? We always say, I want to sleep, stay there, and all the way, whole night through, even without moving, right? Stabilize, right? Stabilized. So listen to me why I say this again. Stabilized doesn't move. It's a consciousness level. It's a consciousness that doesn't move. Among 5 these elements, which element contained stabilized consciousness? Earth. We don't want every day have the earthquake. When the earthquakes, the earth is stabilized. Earth always stay there, doesn't move. The earth is the number 1 stabilized consciousness. Doesn't move. Sometimes water become number 2, doesn't move. Peaceful, right? You go to the beach, you see that the water just smooth there, and it makes you so peace. Why some people, when you go there and walk on the beach, you feel so good? Consciousness of the water makes you open, make your peace, but also make you move smoothly. That is the other concept in our Chinese medicine, in 5-element consciousness framework. It is your responsibility to enhance digestive system, which is your stomach and the spleen. It's your responsibility to make this organ stronger, balanced. Why? Because you want the consciousness of stillness. Understand this concept now? So based on this concept, also can used for sleeping issues. Because the sleeping issue, just each organ, they are vibrated, they are not peace. So you want the base, you want this one thing toning in, and nothing can move. Earth is the base, right? Toning in to this one, nothing can move. That's the second concept of the peace. Each organ has a peace, has their own peace. We know the wood difficult to get a peace, right? So the wind constantly moving. But the gallbladder is the major organ to contain peace. For those doesn't have a gallbladder, they definitely have issues of the sleep. They definitely have issues for meditation because they're missing the organ. Okay. Number 3. That's in the other way. Everything we can do the balance, we can do the peace concept. In the other way, we can do releasing the concept. So why you cannot sleep? Because of too much things in your mind. If we can delete the mind, just like and when you write something at the computer, and what you do, you drag it to the treasure, drag it, then hit the button, delete. Can you imagine every night we can go to the computer, think about our mind, go here, and then delete, send out, whew, your mind gone, right? I always dream that one day every store has this, go there, do you like this? No, and delete, boom, your mind totally delete. Think about delete, releasing, smooth out in 5-element framework. Which organ deal this? Which organ is the most powerful organs can help you releasing things? Liver. Finally go back to our liver. So that's why I love the liver, because to releasing is easier. To increasing is not easy. It's not easy. To eliminate it is easy. So if we can allow our liver function smoothly, then therefore all of these emotions just coming in and come out, nothing stay. How good you are, right? They just one ear, just like someone said, do you understand me? Do you hear me? Yeah, I hear you. They didn't hear, you didn't hear anything, just in and out, right? I hear you, I hear in, I hear out. So I hear you doesn't mean I know, right? I hope it's not, the whole class is not that kind of ending, right? You hear me, just one word in, one ear in, the other ear out. You hear me, right? Go through you, that's right. Go through you, right? I love the story, then the monk eat, the monk, hungry monk drink. The monk suppose is a vegetarian. So the monk can drink the wine. The monk will eat meat. My goodness. Everyone look at this monk. Look at the master. Master, you're a Buddhist. How can you do this against your religion? He just laughing. He said, hey, that just materialized. The wine and the meat came through me. Only Buddha will stay. Look at that kind of level, right? Everything is through, only Buddha can stay. That thing's never gonna stay inside of you. Your body just like a hollow tunnel, like a tunnel. That just pass you, just pass by you. But if we can training our body, allow our emotions just through us, how good is it? What we can do? What's the easiest step we can do this? Change the belief, right? The belief change, emotional change. Then you won't be stuck your emotions, right? You wouldn't stuck the comparison. Everything's a comparison. You good, I'm bad. You rich, I'm poor. You are pretty, I'm ugly. Everything comparison. You have a big house, I'm a small bungalow. So you drive the big, SUV. I'm just drive the Toyota. It's comparison. If no comparison, there's no headache, there's no problem. So that's why Zhuangzi tell us it's life. There's so many areas it's not the human efforts can control. Why not? Just be peaceful, accept. So if we can use this concept, Tao's concept, apply for this kind of flow freely, then we also can deal the sleeping issues. Because something doesn't flow freely, stuck. Invisible part is emotions. Visible part is what? Constipations. So if you have a constipation, you definitely will have a difficulty for sleeping. Because the colon has a special relationship with your brain. I say it one more time. Your colon have a special relationship with your brain, which is today and the Western medicine hasn't understand yet. If they understand this, that's the other business can open up. You should really think in this way. So powerful of the colon and so powerful of the lung. So that's why our practice qigong, if you see that, they say liver has to rise. The lung has to go down and turn to the circle. Left side up, right side down. See the yin and the yang turning, right? When you can turn, when you can move, and nothing will stay, then your body will be peaceful. If you can eliminate any noise, unreal information. Just like today, so many people go to the internet, watch the news. The news is not real news anymore. It's made news. Now you make yourself confused, right? Unnecessary. So you see, all right, just by this concept, now you can see what you learned, the 5-element consciousness framework. Just based on this concept, simple, the most important events and sleep. How do you can start your own natural healing? It's up to you. There are so many choices, right? There's so many choices. So for me, right, now I have to go back to, for me, all right, I still prefer, I love organs, so that's why it's my system. That's what, it's not just, it's already in my blood now. So, so naturally, because in the Tao say, in order to receive, you must let it go. You see that? So even though I can use xiangsheng, xiangke, I get it from the mother, xiangke try to control someone, even I can use this, I still have to empty myself. So how to empty myself? Releasing. So to releasing, to allow the flow is the first requirement. Without the let it go, you never can receive. So the liver is the first priority. So the liver function always first. So if you guys, if you want to do this, you better start with a partner first. Start with the digestive system and with the liver. Make this two pairs, even though that physical level, they are look like it's xiangke. Look like it's xiangke. But you have to remember, at the consciousness level, it's the liver's responsibility. I say this one more time. At the consciousness level, it's the liver's responsibility to help the stomach discover the capability, the potential to make life become more profound. If you believe your life still contains so many possibilities and ability you haven't discovered yet, focus on the liver. Because it's the liver's duty to make the stomach change, right? So that's why I love the use the liver. It's my system, which is not my system. I learned this system. Always go through this way. And can easier to see the benefit. So when you are sleeping, the one of the 50% important self-healing or called health requirement become breached, then your body knows how to repair itself, how to heal yourself. And then you be able facing to the many different levels, the physical and the emotional challenges. At the consciousness level, it's the liver's responsibility. I say this one more time. At the consciousness level, it's the liver's responsibility to help the stomach discover the capability, the potential to make life become more profound. If you believe your life still contains so many possibilities and ability you haven't discovered yet, focus on the liver. Because it's the liver's duty to make the stomach change, right? So that's why I love the use the liver. It's my system. I learned this system. Always go through this way. And can easier to see the benefit. So when you are sleeping, the one of the 50% important self-healing or called health requirement become breached, then your body knows how to repair itself, how to heal yourself. And then you be able facing to the many different levels, the physical and the emotional challenges. You have to take this opportunity to appreciate that your body still knows this capability, these events or this movement to help yourself repair, right? It's the most important events behind everything what you try to do or you want to